Francis. I'm going to be leading you through a short, roughly 15-minute yin yoga, restorative yoga session. So this is a nice post-workout, post-active yoga stretch, basically. It's a nice way to wind down the night. I know I like doing it. So all you're going to need is, you won't even need a mat. You need a wall. If you're laying on your bed, maybe a headboard. So the first stretch we're going to do, it's called waterfall pose in yin yoga, or more active flows. It's going to be called legs up the wall in yin yoga. So personally, I start playing relaxing music, especially if this is something that I'm going to do at the end of the day, so I can release, feel better about myself, just get over the day and get ready for sleepy time. So I personally like scooting up my side right against the wall or headboard, laying back, and just bringing my feet up. Making a nice capital L shape with my body if you were to see me from the other side view. And you're just gonna lay here. Now if this puts some tension on your low back, your hamstrings, something's really tight, scoot yourself a little further away, and it should help relieve it. Another option you can do, especially if you're at home, is if there's tension in the low back, you can put a pillow right underneath your seat, and that little height will help relieve a lot of the stress. So, in yin yoga, we like to start with breath, and I invite you to do the same here. So start breathing easily and comfortably, but at the same time, see if you can consciously tell yourself, breathe in, I am breathing in, breathe out, I am breathing out. Now, as for your hands, you can have them down by your side, you can have them outright. If you want to add like a passive shoulder stretch, you can have them up above you. Maybe you don't have a dog that your hands are resting on. Some people like to keep both hands on the belly, or one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Find what's comfortable for you. Legs up the wall is nice to help with some circulation. It takes the work off of the heart, allowing gravity to do a lot of the pumping from your blood back up your system. Just checking the time. So we're going to hold this for 5 more deep breaths, or roughly 30 seconds. So in these poses, you want to hold them for anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. And you want to go for like a 2 to 3 on the discomfort scale if you were going from a 1 to 10. Just so that you get a nice light stretch in your fascia, your joints, your ligaments. So from here, you're slowly going to bend your feet, bend your knees so your feet are on the wall, door, headboard, wherever you're doing this. So knees are pointed behind your head. Now, you're slowly going to walk your feet to the left, trying to keep both shoulders on the floor. If you need to extend your arms straight out of the sockets to do this, by all means, you're more than welcome to. If that's not possible to keep the right shoulder down, well, you have support. So just keep your feet a little higher. We're going for a nice stretch in the spine. You have the wall for support. If you want to add a slight neck stretch to complete the whole spinal twist, turn your face to the right cheek on the mat. Slowly bring your face to face ceiling once more. Slowly walk your feet back to center. And slowly walk them over to the right now. Whatever we do on the left, we need to do on the right too. Just like before, try to keep your left shoulder down on the mat. You can place your left cheek on the mat just like before, adding in that neck stretch here. Try to find some nice length along that back. So try not to crunch it. Try to actually feel that twist. About 5 more breaths here, about 30 seconds. Slowly begin to walk your feet back to center. From here, we're going to slowly bring the soles of our feet together, knees apart. So you have choices here. If you want it to be a little more relaxing, keep them nice and far from like here, making a nice diamond shape with my legs. You want it to be a deeper stretch into the hips. You bring the feet a little closer to the pelvis. Remember, you do have the wall, door, headboard as support. And the closer your feet are to the pelvis, the deeper stretch, the more sensation you're going to get in this pose. Just like before, hands are up to you. Upper right, out from the sockets, together, apart, maybe on your knees. If you want to add a little more sensation, by the way, you can always gently push your knees toward the wall. Feeling those inner thighs there. But don't mind the inner thighs. We have another stretch right after this that includes those. So 5 more breaths here. I personally like this stretch because I can definitely feel that my left hip is tighter than my right, which is normal for every person. One side is usually tighter than the other. Nothing wrong with it, just be mindful about it, be conscious about it. Okay, so slowly extend your legs back upright, finding your waterfall. From here, pressing your heels into your wall, headboard, wherever. Now this is important. If you're on like a smaller piece of wall, this next pose, it will be hard to do. So you're gonna gently open up your legs, using your heels, pressing down into the wall as support. Now you're gonna slowly open them up as wide as you can. Feeling that stretch into your inner thighs, your adductors, knowing you have support, going for that nice 2 to 3 level of discomfort, using that weight. Now, as you breathe in, as you breathe out, maybe you can open up your legs a little bit more. Using that progressive load that you're putting into them. Be mindful, maybe after a breath or two, you're like, oh, this is not a 3 discomfort, this is a 12. You can always close your legs up a little bit more, finding where you are at the moment, being mindful during your practice, even though this is a nice, slower yoga class. Hold this pose for as long as you need, as long as you want, really. And then when you're ready to end it, slowly bring your legs back to center. And you can stay here, resting in your waterfall, your legs at the wall pose. Or you can gently walk your feet down, coming back down to the earth, and slowly finding your Savasana pose. Legs roughly a mat distance, so wider than your hips. Hands down by your side, palms face up. And just take some breaths. Feel if you can feel any difference in primarily your hips after this short little yin class. Well, stay in your Savasana, your corpse pose for as long as you like. Once more, my name is Francis. This was Hoku, and I hope you enjoyed class, and I'm really grateful that you let me lead it today. Have a great day, you guys, or night.